Hey guys, I am Banker for Custom Offsets, and it is time again for a little history lesson and some truth about suspensions. This time we are going to be covering the grandpappy of all the lift kits out there, Superlift suspensions. So Superlift has been around for forever and is actually even older than Sean, if you can believe that. If you've never heard of Superlift before, you were likely born after 2000 and somehow wandered here off the Fitment Industries channel. Welcome to the big kids table. For those of you who have heard of Superlift, it likely brings back fond memories of big square-bodied American trucks on super swampers and huge leaf spring lifts. Ah, the good old days. So Superlift officially started back in 1975, making lift components for the F100 and the Bronco, which, contrary to Junior's build, they do include rear lifts to go with the front half. With the advent of the bigger square body F-150s and K-10s in the late 70s through the 80s, Superlift became the name synonymous with lifted trucks of the era and quickly became an industry favorite. To this day, those kits are still king in that market. However, as trucks switched to IFS suspension in the 90s and the technology era advanced in design, Superlift just sort of stayed the course they were on. They were happy building kits for the boggers down in Louisiana because that's who they are and what they love. Of course, they still made kits for the new trucks, but they saw their market share slip a little more and a little more to the newer brands coming out at the time, and the name Superlift started to fade from the forefront of the industry. Now, this became much more apparent with the advent of the lifted show truck scene explosion in the mid-2000s. Superlift was no longer a top runner in markets for vehicles that weren't straight axled, and they deemed it was time for a change. It has taken a while for Superlift to recover, but just like the mullet has made its comeback as the go-to hairstyle, Superlift is marching back forward full speed to take their place. This comeback was really kicked off by their acquisition by now parent company Truck Hero a while back. With this new ownership group and marketing team, they're seeing a rise in market share again and some really great products coming out of West Monroe, Louisiana these days. The 50-man team that makes up Superlift down there in Louisiana is doing all of their designing, testing, and production in-house, which I believe is helping their cause big time. There is no replacement for hands-on learning, and Superlift is living by that these days, and it can be seen in their most recent product releases, and hell, they even let Fuller beat on their SEMA build, so you know they are standing behind these new kits. Now, in addition to their basic kits, at SEMA 2018 last year, they released their new Black Diamond kits, which can be paired with King coilovers and is taking square aim at the current industry frontrunners BDS and McGoys. They'll also be releasing a new powder coat finish, new branding designs to update the look of their kits to what is the new industry standard. Now, the biggest thing to understand about Superlift is that, like most of these companies, they are enthusiasts at heart and they base their business and product lines around that. However, Superlift goes above and beyond the other manufacturers by only offering kits that allow the trucks to operate within their means. What I mean by this is that while the other guys are offering the 7, 8, or 9-inch kits that are on trend in the show scene, Superlift is sticking to the 4 and 6-inch market with some specific odd 8-inch kits like the Silverado 1500 and perfecting these lower kits to get the most usability out of the truck without pushing it past its own engineering limits. While this may be a risk considering the current trend of going bigger and bigger in this industry right now, you just can't help but admire Superlift for sticking to their guns and doing what they do best. So for the future, Superlift is just going to continue to focus on their climb back to the top, focusing on infrastructure for faster shipping, innovating new kits for ever-changing new trucks, and offering the best operable options available with King coilovers, Fox coilovers, and Bilstein upgrades to their kits. Now, it's safe to say that while Superlift may be the old dog in the industry, they are here to stay and are still hungry to be that top dog. So that's all I've got for you on Superlift, but be sure to let us know your thoughts on Superlift in the comments below. Add your Superlift equipped truck to the gallery, or pick yourself up a nice new Superlift kit at customoffsets.com. So until the next time they need someone smart to do a video, I'm Banker for Custom Offsets. Peace. Oh yeah, and be sure to like and share this video and subscribe to our YouTube.